Well, good morning, everyone, and it is literally morning. So, guess what I've been doing this summer? I went raw. Now I'm a raw vegan. I intended to do that for the summer. Number one, I don't really want to cook, being that I live in an apartment. That heat just travels in when you actually cook. Well, other members of my family are cooking, but I kind of do the major cooking and, 1 and 2 hours with that stove on. It just really gets to me. Another reason is I know that raw vegan diet is very healing. I've heard from others that actually it is very healing for your skin, and my skin as of late has been pretty rough, I'd say. I don't know why. Maybe it's a detox from years of living bad or something like that that's actually coming out on my skin, and it's just moving slowly. Or it could be the weather, or it could be, who knows. I just want to kind of heal my skin because it has been rough as of late. Another reason that I really wanted to become raw is just a lack of energy. Now, I'm a pretty energetic person when you get down to it, but I'm noticing levels of my energy actually were kind of dropping. I know just from my own experience, you probably do too, that eating fruit or eating a salad in its rawest form will actually give you that energy back. So I just kind of figured to myself that I would just totally jump off the deep end for the summer and do it. I've been totally raw for about a week now, and it is having its benefits. I'm getting a lot of energy. I haven't been through what they call a healing crisis, and hopefully it won't happen. But, it's kind of odd that aches and pains arise and then go away. Things that I've had go wrong with me in the past. Thus, pretty much everything has gone away. Like one day I woke up and my left knee just absolutely did not work. That particular knee I've had problems with. I've actually seen a doctor about in the past, way in the past. And it's just kind of funny. One day I woke up and that knee was kind of like killing me. And kind of as the day wore on, all that pain just kind of went away. If things like that happen, just little things like that happen, I'm pretty good with it. Now, how did all this start? It started actually about 3 weeks ago when I decided all I was going to do was fruit for breakfast. Kind of like the fruit in the morning thing. The reason that I did that basically was to have the energy throughout the day, because it will give you kind of a nice long-lasting supply of energy. So I took a little bag of fruit to work, had a little bit of it for breakfast, and then kind of munched on it the rest of the day till I went to lunch at 1 o'clock. I'm really actually feeling the benefits of it. I'm not lacking anything, I'll say. The only thing I'm lacking, refined sugars and refined starches. I mean, I'm still getting my carbs. Anytime you eat fruit, you're definitely getting your carbs. So I'm getting all kinds of good nutrition, and I feel it too. The thing is your food intake does go up because you're eating so much water, really, which is good because it hydrates. And I do feel my skin is actually feeling a little better. I'm not as itchy as I have been. Some of the dryness is actually subsiding now. A lot of that might have to do with the hydration of the water and the fruit. Another reason that I had decided to go raw is I've been foraging. It all started with me walking my dog, and I saw these raspberries that were back in the woods. And then I saw blackberries. And with the vines back there, actually, I mean, it's pretty abundant. Now, this is at the edge of a wood where I live, and it's actually kind of cool. I take the dog on a walk back there, and I started to see these raspberries, and I first day. I took a couple home just to see how they would taste. So I washed them and then actually tasted one, and it was very hard for me to get it in my mouth. And I think the reason why is because it's something that had been out in nature. And it's like I had to come to a realization that all food is outside when you grow it. And, basically it all has dirt on it and you have to wash the dirt off. But the thing is about this particular food coming from nature, it lacked pesticides. It did not have pesticides. It did not have people propagating it. It was propagating itself on a nutritionally balanced land that actually that food could come from. And anyway, eating the couple, I said, this is reasonably good. And it kind of got me over that thing. And all of a sudden I realized where our food comes from. It's just kind of odd. It was like an awakening. A lot like going vegan and you realize where your meat comes from. But a little bit different because this is the food that you eat as a vegan. I actually went out the next day and picked more as these things are developing during the summertime. More and more are coming off the bushes, and I am just picking and picking. I pick about 1 bag a day. If you sit down and you eat a bowl of these berries, they are so good for you. You can tell the nutritional punch. Actually, it just really gets you. I just all of a sudden realized what food in its purest form will do for you. That just brought me into another realization. Well, I don't just eat berries, of course. I go to the grocery store. But me doing this, I am definitely being conscious of what's more organic and what's closest to nature. I've kind of lost my taste for processed food now. I will eat what I can within my means to be closest to nature. As a raw vegan, and this is kind of funny because I see this posted over and over again, your food intake goes up. And counting calories is very boring to me. It always has been, even though I've done it in the past. But I can tell you, I think that I'm taking in more calories now than I was. And I don't know why, because the density, just the nutritional density of this food is really something. It's like yesterday, pretty much I started my morning and ate my fruit and then had a zucchini noodle salad with raw kale pesto. And after that, I could not eat anymore. So toward the end of the night, I had made a raw marinated mushroom thing so I could have something of a little substance. And no, that never got eaten. I tasted it just to see what it tastes like. God, it was good. And that's it. But anyway, let me show you what my cooler actually looks like now, the one that I take to work every day. This is pretty fascinating. Here's what I have brought. I've got strawberries and cherries. Then I have a marinated cucumber salad. And these are the mushrooms that I marinated yesterday. Like a ton of watermelon and carrots, the rest of a bag of carrots that I had in my refrigerator. Close that back up. So in its simplest form, these are basically just leftovers and also cut fruit. I do like to eat very pretty meals. There's nothing ugly about what I brought, but I'm very much a cultured eater, I guess you could say. I love looking at pretty food and eating pretty food. Because I don't have a lot of time in the morning, it's very easy just to cut up a bunch of stuff and bring it, or get handheld fruits and vegetables like the strawberries, the cherries, and the carrots, and just munch all day. And that's fine. It's a whole lot better than getting chips out of the machine or something really not that great out of the machine. All this processed stuff. The very first thing that I noticed on this is, I've gone through my vegan thing. I've gone through like little, maybe 3-day detoxes and things like that. Or the thing that I noticed about this right away is I began to sweat, and I could smell like a very chemical smell. So, in essence, I believe that if there's any detox happening, definitely it's probably chemicals. I have taken medical prescriptions forever, 2 of them which I am off. No, about 4 of them which I am off now, basically because of my vegan eating. Not raw vegan, but vegan eating. That, and also the fact that foods are processed. It was very strange, it was very clinical and chemical, and that's what I smelled actually on my skin. Anyway, yeah, if that's leaving my body, please let it leave. Another thing too, I would have done this last year. As a matter of fact, anybody that watched my video last year incorporating more raw, I was really doing a lot of raw during the summer. I was about 50%, 75%. I didn't have the health to do it. This year my health is better, and I'm actually able to get away with it. Whereas last year I really couldn't do it. It's like years of eating the way that I was eating kind of had something to do with that, I'm sure. If I ate too much raw, then I would start to get this really odd thing going on. I just knew that I was not well enough to do that, so I would eat my salads, eat my fruit, eat my salads, nothing like I'm doing now. But then if I started to get that very odd, it's almost like a dizzy feeling, but not really dizziness, what I would do is I would go eat beans, or I'd go eat something cooked that actually would stop whatever detox was happening. So I'm about 12 days raw at this point. Just breaking in for a second about a week later. I'm doing a second video. I was going to incorporate this into this particular video, but I just really wanted to go through a list of changes that are happening. I'm just going to end this video now. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to see more. I appreciate all of you. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good day.